up, guys? Chubby Gaming here. I got a PvP guide for Assassination Rogues right now for you guys. Alright, we're going to walk through it. First, we're going to do talents with a mixture of honor talents. Then we're going to go into the keybindings and the macros that go into the class. Then you're going to see a little bit of rotation and a burst on some target dummies. Then I'm going to go over the different compositions for 2s and 3s. Primarily for 3s because 2s compositions can be pretty simple since there's only one other person. And usually you're going to be running with a discipline priest. And then after that, you're going to see some gameplay of some arenas, maybe some BGs as well, just showing the burst potential of the class while also showing the utility. This is for 7.1. 7.1.5 still does not have a release date, but I will reiterate on the different changes, and I'll try to make sure that my when I talk about certain talents or certain abilities, anything like that, that I talk about the buff or if it gets a nerf. But we're going to go into it and we're going to get started with the talents right now. Obviously, it's gonna when you open this up, you're gonna see the main abilities. Obviously, this is probably gonna be for newer users, but this is strictly for PvP. I don't ever PvE, so if anybody wants to make a PvE guide or make a PvP suggestion, I can go ahead and put that in here. But we're gonna do this strictly for PvP. On the first bracket, the 15 tier bracket, you're gonna want to go ahead and choose Master Poisoner. Right now, elaborate planning is also very good, but it is receiving a nerf in 7.1.5 by 3%, I believe, making it grant only 12% damage done. Right now it's pretty good, but you're going to want to stick with Master Poisoner only because it increases the damage of your poisons by 30%, but the best part is it increases the non-damaging effects by 20%. So this is your slowing ability, which I think gives it an extra 10% slow rather than 50%, which it's getting a nerf, but I think it actually gives you 36% slow in 7.1.5. No clue why they nerfed your slows, but you'll want to keep that through 7.1.5 as well. Hemorrhage, don't take it unless you're running a bleed build, which with agonizing poison, but for now, this is strictly what all high-level players run. Alright, on your 30 tier talent, you're going to want to run Subterfuge. It gives you that extra little bit to where you can get a full opener on somebody, plus it also increases the Garrett damage by 100%. In 7.1.5, that is receiving a buff, giving it 125% damage, so you're going to want to choose that. Stay away from Shadow Focus. If you run Shadow Focus, you're dead to me. Night Stalker as well, 50% damage. That doesn't even make sense for assassination, so if you use that, you're a fucking retard. Alright, 45 anticipation, just like Night Stalker, you are one of those window lickers on the bus. Deeper strat, I've seen a few assassination rogues run this, but it's receiving a nerf. They're nerfing deeper strat for assassination as well by 5% on the damage dealt. It's really hard because it's hard to obtain energy as well as an assassination rogue, so you're going to want to run vigor. More energy at the beginning, so when you're opening, you get that extra 50 energy on your open, so you can put more your abilities out there with having more time to mutilate to get more combo points after. The energy regeneration is also awesome from vigor. Next set, leeching poison. I don't. Why even have the? No, just don't even. Elusiveness is going to be your best because it'll not only make your feint reduce your area of effect, but also make your damage reduced by 30% for 5 seconds, which is pretty good. I think they're buffing or nerfing or making, I don't know what that would be, but they're making the amount of energy, I think, more in 7.1.5, but I don't know if I read that correctly, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Alright, the next set, Prey in the Week. I've never seen an Assassination Rogue run with this, so I'd stay away from it if I were you. Maybe certain situations would be okay, but I mean, once we've got our burst out, the target's not really CC'd because our cheap shot only lasts a few seconds, and our kidney shot, I get it, but like the kidney shot's gonna benefit more from internal bleeding. Thuggy, I've seen a few higher rated rogues run that. I guess it's situational and better for different compositions, because I hate when I get onto a new target and I still have like 6 seconds left till I can garrote them. But internal bleeding, it's also receiving a buff in 7.1.5, but you get extra damage dealt by per combo point for your kidney shot, which is really good considering you're going to need to need kidney shot for your rotation to disable a target so you can get the rest of your burst in. So that's big key. That's a good one. Everybody runs that talent. Run it. Next setup, agonizing poison. There's like one build with hemorrhage. It's like a bleed build. Stay away from, maybe, I don't know. But until it receives a big buff or anything, it's pretty much garbage. Alright, Exsanguinate is also really good. It's receiving a nerf in 7.1.5 by 20%. It's going to do only 80% faster, but I think I read somewhere from one of my sources that it's actually going to be reverted and it's going to stay at 100%. But the kicker is Alacrity is going to be really great in 7.1.5. It's great right now too. But right now it makes your finishing move have a 20% chance per combo point to grant 1% haste for 20 seconds, and it stacks up to 20 times. In 7.1.5, it's going to have the same percent chance, but it's going to grant 2% haste for 20 seconds, and it only stacks up to 10 times. So you actually get it quicker, and you get more haste, or you get the same amount of haste at the end, but you get it a lot quicker. So you're getting 2% haste per combo point, 20% chance per combo point, but it's only stacking up to 10 times. So you still get the 20% haste overall, but you get it in a shorter period. So that's going to be key. And you can get, by the end of my burst, I've already got 4%, 5% haste once I've bursted down a target. So you got to think you've already almost got all your haste right there. Next set, don't run death from above. Whatever any spec of rogue, emphasis on assassination, never run death from above. It's been gutted so much for Legion, and it's very sad because it's such a great ability and very thought of. It's a cinematic ability where you can fly in the air and just come back down and just destroy an enemy. But yeah, it's just not good in 7.1.5, and it was such a cool ability too. It gave the assassination for sure, but also the old school subtlety rogue just that cool ability where they just like fucking leap up and just come down and destroy an enemy, and it was their big kicker move when you saw someone doing death from above. Either if you're a mage, you ice blocked, if you're a pally, you bubbled, or if you're any other class, you just got fucking shit on. Alright, marked from a death, or marked for death per se, but at the beginning of this expansion, this was okay because a lot of people didn't realize the greatness of running Venom Rush because they're like 3 additional energy each time it grants energy. That's absolutely garbage, but it's actually really good, and you're going to want to run Venom Rush. I've seen a few rogues run Mark for Death, but I haven't seen very many high rated ones. But so run Venom Rush. So you're going to want to go 1 2 3 2 3 2 1. That's going to be your setup for your talents. Now going towards your honor talents, Gladiator's Medallion, no adaption. Relentless is okay in a few scenarios, but you're going to want to run Glad Medallion. Next, Reinforced Armor, unless you're going on to a melee comp, then you're going to want to run Sparring. But primarily, I'd have this one just ready to go because there's only a few. Well, right now in Legion, you got a lot of melee comps, but for BGs as well, you're going to want to run Reinforced Armor. The next set, Maneuverability was really good, but then it's, for only 4 seconds, is it really worth the whole tier? Intent to kill, just stay away from it. When are you ever going to shadow step onto a target that's already marked by your Vendetta? I get it, but like reducing the cooldown by, 2/3 is kind of stupid. Alright, cut to the, it's cool, but it's just stupid and not worth it. Cut to the Chase is pretty good. Yeah, just run Cut to the Chase in this sense. Alright, next set is actually really good. Turn the Tables is it's a really good one when you're just starting out because you get a 15% damage increase from coming out of a CC. You'll get CC'd a lot as an Assassination Rogue because they know you have barely any defensives and only one way of getting out of them. These two interchangeable for me. Sometimes I like running Unfair Advantage depending if it's in a 2s or 3s match, and BGs, and some 3s matches I'll run Honor Among Thieves. I just like getting that extra combo point, so like when I hit Mutilate twice and no crit and I get 4 and one of my teammates crits right beside me, I get that 5th combo point instantly. So it's really great to have that. Unfair Advantage is also really good. Interchangeable. Yeah, pick one of these two. After you've got at it, turn the tables, and you've got to honor among these, just go ahead and use one of these two. The next setup, Deadly Brew. Don't even look at these two. Deadly Brew is amazing. Deadly Poison gets the wound poison's effect. Can't beat that. Alright, the next setup, Creeping Venom's okay. It's kind of stupid. It kind of hits like a wet noodle. Flying Daggers, for some reason they decided to buff this in 7.1.5. Just fucking gut it and just give us something new. This is the dumbest PvP talent in the game. I don't know. System Shock is great. 5 combo point is all they have to have is your Garrett, their Rupture, and your Poison on them. So is all you got to do is be playing the class like a normal fucking human being, and you get an extra, I think in PvP it's like 70,000 nature damage. And it reduces their movement speed by 90%. So basically they're immobilized for 2 seconds. 2 seconds sounds like it's not going to be that lot of, not a lot of time, but it actually, I mean, it's decent. It's enough for you to, maybe if you have Kidney Shot up, Kidney Shot to him, or if maybe throwing another Rupture, you know, throwing some more damage in that 2 seconds. It adds up. Plus, it makes it really easy when you use System Shock, and you have Bag of Tricks. That System Shock making them can't move for basically 2 seconds. That's almost the whole timer of this. So if you get a Bag of Tricks and you get a System Shock, you basically guarantee that they get that whole Bag of Tricks proc. Alright, so we're going to move on to the keybinds and your macros. Keybinds are pretty simple for Legion because you're not going to have that many spells. They've kind of gutted every class to where it's more simple to the avid player, or for the average player rather than the avid player. I've got a Death Adder, so I've got a few keybinds on the mouse, so I like to run the middle mouse button as my burst, and that's going to be my Vendetta and my Racial. It's set up with Exsanguinate, but I don't run Exsanguinate anymore. Shadow Step for my one of my left buttons, and Faint for my back button. Alright, so basic, normal, you know, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got an S right there taken away, so I make sure I don't ever backpedal. It's helped me so much. But then just making sure that around you, you can easily get to your abilities that need to be got to. Just like your kick, it should only be a fingertip away, so you can kick, so you can shadow step kick an enemy. Let's see. With your macros, I'll go ahead and show you this. It's pretty simple. I have a heal macro just for Crimson Vial, and when I was running with some Warlocks, it's easy to use my Health Stone. Here's my burst macro. It's pretty easy. Yeah, that's the Keybindings and everything are really easy for Legion due to the fact that basically every class has been gutted from their abilities. Next, we're gonna get into the rotation and the burst. The hard thing for Assassination Rogues is making sure they have making sure they have a good set of energy. So you're gonna want to be very energy efficient with how you play. That's why you're gonna be running Subterfuge, because it makes your burst has you have longer, and then Vigor will make you have more energy for that burst. So it makes sense to run those two, you know, in syncretism. But let's go ahead and get into the rotation. Let's go into stealth. You're going to want to open up with a cheap shot. This also varies in BGs and and arenas. Mostly BGs, yeah. I'll tell you arena, okay. But BGs, sometimes you're going to open onto a target and you're going to have that Honor Among Thieves, and you're already going to have a few combo points added. So sometimes I get into a moment where I'll want a cheap shot, and then I'll want to Garrote, and then I'll already have 5 combo points, and I can Rupture, then I can Mutilate. But my basic one is Cheap Shot, Garrote, Rupture, Mutilate. That's 5 combo points right there. After that, you're going to want to start spamming your Mutilates. Get a Kidney Shot, pop your Burst, pop your King's Bane, and then just start mutilating again, and then Envenom. Well, I'll show you how it looks on one of these training dummies. with the burst potential of a Assassination Rogue is really good. So as you can see, I put out a crap ton of damage, especially considering my gear score and everything. I'm still only 847, but I'm mostly PvP'd out. I don't think I've ever done any PvE at all. But alright, so let's move on to the burst. That's pretty much the same thing. You're just gonna run through that rotation every single time you want to burst. This artifact trait, let me show you. Always run towards this. Get this, get bag of tricks, get this. Reduce the cooldown of Vendetta. I think it's by 33 seconds. I have an extra rank which doesn't work in PvP. But yeah, you'll want to go for that. Let's see. Now, we're going to run into the compositions. A basic 2's composition for a rogue, you're going to want to run Rogue, Disc Priest, Rogue, Resto Druid, or you can run a Rogue Mage. Rogue Warlock's okay as well, but you're gonna want to stick with a healer, considering the how easily you can be just trained down. You're a Glass Cannon as a Assassination Rogue, and most high-rated players are gonna run with a Disc Priest or a Resto Druid for Assassination Rogue. For 3s, in 7.1.5, it's gonna bring back Rogue Mage Priest. Right now, Rogue Mage Druid's pretty good. Some RMD. Running with a Warlock is also good. But your best are going to be RMP and RMD. Once in 7.1.5, when we get blind back, RMP and RMD will be one of the top rated comps in the game. I about guarantee that one. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this kind of gives you a reason to want to play Assassination. It's a really good spec, and it has really good intentions for how it's meant to be played. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this game. After this, I'm going to go ahead and show you some 2's matches, maybe some BGs, so you can get a glimpse of how it looks, not on training dummies, but also in a PvP environment, so you can see actual numbers to translate to how the game will actually feel to you. But thank you guys so much. I'm Chubby Gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.